Have you ever woken up feeling like something inside you is out of tune? As if there's a song playing in the depths of your soul, but you can't hear the melody clearly? Perhaps you opened your eyes this morning and, before even putting your feet on the ground, you already felt the weight of the world on your shoulders. The worries arrived before the coffee. The doubts settled in before the sunlight fully touched your face. My dear, I understand. I know what it's like to begin the day feeling like you're chasing something you can't quite reach, feeling like life is happening to you, not with you, feeling like there's an immense distance between who you are and who you came here to be. But what if I told you there's a way to change all of this? Not tomorrow, not next Monday when you finally have time. Now, in this exact moment, as you breathe, as your heart beats, as life pulses through every cell of your body, there is a technique, simple, profound, transformative, a morning practice that requires nothing more than your willingness to connect with the highest truth that dwells within you, a technique that aligns your soul with the universe, with that infinite, loving, intelligent force that created the stars, the oceans, and you. I am in perfect harmony with the rhythm of the universe. Pause for a moment. Let these words resonate within you, not just in your mind, but in your heart, in your body, in the essence of your being. Because you see, there's a truth we often forget in the midst of the rush, the noise, the endless demands of the modern world. You are not separate from the universe. You are not a small, isolated island floating in an ocean of chaos. You are part of the ocean itself. You are made of the same substance that forms galaxies. The same energy that makes flowers bloom in spring also flows through you. When you wake up in the morning and immediately dive into worries, into to-do lists, into anxieties about what might or might not happen, you are, without realizing it, disconnecting from that source. You are trying to swim against the current of life. And that's exhausting, isn't it? It drains your strength, clouds your clarity, and makes you feel like you're always struggling, always striving, but never really getting where you want to be. The morning technique that aligns your soul with the universe is, in truth, a sacred surrender. It's you saying, I don't need to do everything alone. I don't need to carry the weight of the world. There's a greater intelligence operating through me, and I choose to align with it. Let's start from the beginning. Let's return to the most sacred moment of your day, those first minutes after you wake up, before you reach for your phone, before you check messages, before you allow the external world to invade your internal space. When you open your eyes in the morning, before doing anything else, place your hand over your heart. Feel the beats. Constant. Faithful. Your heart has never stopped working for you, not for a single second. It doesn't ask if you deserve it. It doesn't wait for you to be perfect. It simply continues beating, pumping life through you, because you exist, because you are valuable, because you are necessary. Now, breathe, deeply, slowly. Feel the air entering your lungs. This air you're breathing has already been breathed by saints and by sages. It has passed through ancient forests and deep oceans. You are breathing the very essence of life. And when you exhale, you are releasing everything that no longer serves your highest good. Each exhalation is an opportunity to let go of the old. Each inhalation is an invitation to receive the new. I open myself to receive divine guidance in every moment of my day. This is your second affirmation, and it carries immense power. Because, my dear, you are not alone on this journey. You never have been, even when you felt lost, even when you thought no one understood, even in the darkest moments when it seemed like the light had gone out completely. The universe has always been whispering to you, through the synchronicities you sometimes ignore, through that intuition you hesitate to follow, through the signs that appear exactly when you need them most. But to hear those whispers, you need to quiet the internal noise. You need to create space. You need to align. And this is where the magic happens. In those first moments of morning, when the world is still quiet, when your mind hasn't yet been hijacked by the day's concerns, you have a precious window, an opportunity to set the vibrational tone for the hours ahead. A chance to consciously choose how you want to feel, how you want to think, how you want to live. close your eyes. Visualize a golden light above your head. This light is the presence of the divine. It is the wisdom of the universe. It is the unconditional love that permeates all things. Now, allow that light to descend slowly, touching the crown of your head. Feel the gentle warmth. Feel the peace it brings. The light descends through your forehead, dissolving worries. It descends through your eyes, bringing clarity. It descends through your throat, opening your ability to speak your truth. It descends through your heart, expanding your capacity to love and be loved. It continues descending, passing through your abdomen, your legs, until it reaches the soles of your feet, grounding you in the earth, connecting you with the now. Now you are bathed in that light. You are enveloped by the presence of the divine. You are aligned. I trust in the flow of life and know that everything is unfolding perfectly for me. Feel the truth of these words. Not with the logical mind that wants evidence and proof, but with that deep part of you that simply knows, that part that never doubted, that part that always knew you are loved, that you are guided, that you are sustained by life itself. I know it can be difficult to trust, especially when you look back and see the moments when things didn't turn out as you expected, when you experienced pain, disappointment, loss, when you felt like life wasn't on your side. But my dear, what if I told you that even those difficult moments were part of your greater alignment? That every challenge, every obstacle, every no you received was actually redirecting you toward a much bigger yes? A yes you couldn't yet see, but that the universe was already preparing for you? You've been through situations that, in the moment, seemed disastrous. But later, with the benefit of time and perspective, you could see the purpose, couldn't you? You could see how what seemed like an ending was actually a new beginning? How that door that closed made space for a much larger window to open. That's not coincidence. It's the intelligence of the universe operating through your life. It's alignment in action. But here's the thing. You can accelerate that process. You can facilitate the flow. You can remove the blocks that prevent the magic from happening. And it all begins with how you start your day. When you wake up and immediately start thinking about what you don't have, what you need to do, what could go wrong, you're sending a signal to the universe. You're saying, I don't have enough. I am not enough. Life is a struggle. And the universe, which is infinitely responsive, which always says yes to the vibration you emit, responds accordingly. Not because it's punishing you, but because it's reflecting back to you the energy you're emanating. But when you choose to begin the day in alignment, when you breathe consciously, when you visualize light, when you affirm your connection with the divine, when you express gratitude, you're sending a completely different signal. You're saying, I trust, I am open, I know I am loved and cared for. And the universe responds to that too. Let me tell you about gratitude, because it's one of the most powerful tools in your alignment arsenal. When you're in genuine gratitude, not that forced gratitude, but that gratitude that springs from the heart when you truly recognize the blessings in your life, something magical happens. Your vibrational frequency shifts instantly. You cannot be in gratitude and in fear at the same time. You cannot be in gratitude and in scarcity at the same time. Gratitude automatically places you in alignment with abundance, with love, with the good the universe wants to give you. So, as part of your morning technique, before you get out of bed, before you allow the day's worries to enter your mind, think of 3 things you're grateful for. They can be simple things: the soft bed where you slept, the roof over your head, the ability to breathe without effort, the fact that you woke up today, that you have one more day to experience life, to grow, to love, to create. No matter how challenging your situation seems, there's always something to be grateful for. And when you focus on that, when you appreciate that, you open the floodgates for more blessings to flow to you. I am a magnet for miracles and blessings. Yes, you are. Not because you're special or chosen in a way that others are not, but because you are a unique expression of divine consciousness. You carry within you the same creative force that brought the entire universe into existence. And when you align with that force, when you remove the resistance and allow the flow, there's no limit to what can happen through you. Miracles are not extraordinary events that defy the laws of nature. Miracles are internal shifts that transform your perception, your experience, your reality. When you move from fear to love, that's a miracle. When you move from scarcity to abundance, that's a miracle. When you stop struggling and start flowing, that's a miracle. And you can experience these miracles every day, multiple times a day, especially when you begin your day aligned. Now, I know some mornings will be easier than others. There will be days when you wake up and the last thing you'll want to do is visualize light or affirm positive things. There will be days when pain, frustration, or exhaustion will seem much more real than any spiritual practice. And that's okay, my dear. You don't need to be perfect at this. You don't need to do everything right all the time. The alignment journey isn't a straight line. It's more like a dance. Sometimes you're in perfect sync with the music. Sometimes you stumble. And when you stumble, you simply return to the rhythm. You simply begin again. Be gentle with yourself. Have compassion for yourself. On difficult days, even if you can only breathe consciously 3 times before getting out of bed, that's already alignment. That's already choosing presence instead of reaction. That's already honoring the connection with something greater. I release the need to control and trust in the universe's perfect timing. This is a big one. Because so often we block our own good by trying to control every detail, every outcome. We have an idea of how things should be, when they should happen, what the path should look like. And when life doesn't follow our script, we get frustrated, anxious, disappointed. But the universe sees a much bigger picture than we can see. The universe knows things we don't know. The universe is orchestrating synchronicities and connections we can't even imagine. And when we try to control everything, when we cling rigidly to our expectations, we prevent the magic from happening. This doesn't mean being passive. It doesn't mean simply sitting back and waiting for things to fall from the sky. It means taking inspired action. Action that comes from alignment, not from fear. It means doing your part and then trusting that the universe will do its part. It means planting the seeds and then allowing them to grow in the right time, in the right way. Think of a seed planted in the earth. It doesn't worry. It doesn't strain. It simply responds to the light, the water, the nutrients around it. It grows naturally, organically, in the perfect rhythm for it. And when the right moment comes, it blooms. Not because it forced itself, but because it allowed. You are like that seed, my dear. When you align with the universe every morning, when you connect with the source, you're creating the perfect conditions for your own blossoming. You're placing yourself in the light. You're nourishing yourself with elevated thoughts and feelings. You're trusting the process. And then, at the right time, not necessarily in your time, but in the universe's perfect time, you bloom. You become everything you always had the potential to be. You live the life that was always meant for you. I'm going to give you a practical exercise you can add to your morning technique. It's simple but powerful. After you do your conscious breathing, after you visualize the light, after you affirm your connection with the divine, take a journal or even a piece of paper and write this sentence: Universe, show me today, and then complete it. What do you want the universe to show you? Perhaps it's, show me I'm on the right path, or show me a sign that I'm not alone, or show me the next step of my journey. Be specific, be sincere, and then release it. Don't obsess over it. Don't anxiously search for signs on every corner. Simply trust that the universe heard you and will respond in whatever way is best for you. And here's the magical part. It always responds. Always. Sometimes in obvious ways, sometimes in subtle ways. But when you're aligned, when you're attentive, when you're open, you see, you recognize, you know. I had a time in my life when I felt completely lost. I didn't know which direction to take. I was paralyzed by indecision and fear. And then I started doing exactly this. Every morning, I asked the universe, show me the way, show me the next step. And you know what happened? I started noticing things. A casual conversation that brought exactly the information I needed. A book that fell open to a page with the perfect message. An opportunity that emerged from nowhere, as if it had been orchestrated just for me. Were they coincidences? Perhaps. Or perhaps they were exactly what I believe they were. The universe responding to my sincere request. The universe showing me I wasn't alone, that I was being guided, that everything was unfolding perfectly even when I couldn't see the complete picture. And this is available to you too. Every day, every morning, whenever you choose to align. Now, let's talk about the resistances that may arise, because I would be dishonest if I told you everything is light and ease all the time. There will be moments when your rational mind will question all of this. It will say, "This is nonsense. This doesn't work. You're wasting your time." That voice is the ego. It's the part of you that's invested in keeping things as they are, even when as they are isn't working. The ego is afraid of change. It's afraid of the unknown. And so it uses doubt, cynicism, and rigid logic to keep you trapped in the same patterns. When that voice appears, and it will appear, you don't need to fight against it. You don't need to prove anything to it. You simply acknowledge, it's my ego trying to keep me safe. And then you gently return to the practice. You return to the breath. You return to alignment. Because here's the truth. You don't need proof to align with the universe. You don't need guarantees. You only need willingness. Willingness to experiment. Willingness to try. Willingness to see what happens when you choose love instead of fear. When you choose trust instead of control. When you choose connection instead of separation. And what you'll discover, if you give yourself this chance, is that your life begins to change. Not overnight, not in dramatic or spectacular ways, but gradually, subtly, profoundly. You'll notice you feel more at peace, that you worry less, that you trust more. You'll notice that things that used to upset you no longer have the same power over you. You'll notice that synchronicities begin to happen more frequently, that doors begin to open, that solutions appear for problems that seemed unsolvable. And you'll know in your heart that none of this is coincidence. It's the natural result of being in alignment. It's the universe responding to the vibration you're emanating. It's life flowing through you in the way it was always meant to flow. So this morning, and all the mornings to come, I invite you to make this choice. The choice to align. The choice to begin the day not in fear or rush, but in connection and presence. The choice to remember that you are not just a physical body navigating a material world. You are an eternal soul experiencing a human journey. And you are loved. You are guided. You are sustained by a force that is so much greater than any challenge you could face. You are not alone on this journey. You never have been. And when you align with the universe every morning, you're simply remembering a truth that has always existed. You and the divine are one. May this day be a reflection of the beauty you carry within you. May each moment be an opportunity to express love, to offer kindness, to choose light. May you walk knowing that you are exactly where you need to be, doing exactly what you need to do, being exactly who you came here to be. You are aligned, you are in harmony, and all is well.